Hello, everybody. Welcome to another month, which means another month of the monthly reload podcast. Obviously, here you got old Trebo, aka Azazel TSB. We got another special guest here, XDG Mads. Last month we had XDG Dreams, content creator of the year. Um, Mads, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
XCG Mads. I am from XCG. I am a senior graphics artist in XCG and also a global moderator in XCG.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. Alrighty. We also have Ray Blast, O'Brien. We got TSP Hostile X, O'Brien. Y'all want to say anything before we get started?
What's up, everyone?
Yo, yo.
Y'all just had a pause, I guess, there. Alrighty, so, as we're getting close to the end of the month of February and everything, so I know last episode we definitely highlighted a lot of suspecting releases, pretty much, like high expectations and everything. And I'll have to say, this definitely has been one of the best months for gaming, at least in a long time. We had Dying Light 2, Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West. We had Destiny 2, Witch Queen DLC release and everything and all that. And we also got some news about Pokemon this month too, interesting enough. But first, I want to go ahead and try to get Horizon Forbidden West. None of us sadly here have played it. We were supposed to have another person, but uh, the new founder of Reload Entertainment Studios, Mr. Beggs, has already kind of failed to show up. I think he's been kidnapped, honestly, but we'll find out. Um, he's the only one that was even playing it out of our group, so we don't have any information. But I've heard for Horizon Forbidden West has apparently a lot of issues, somewhat, but I've been told it was like still really really good game. I'm actually kind of still psyched to play it myself though. But let's go ahead and move on to Dying Light 2. I know Ray Boss plays some Dying Light 2 and Hostile, I'm pretty sure as well.
Yeah, especially we just got news that cosplay's coming to PC. After some time, it's been like a month now. But it's nice to have in general, right? Now you can play with people on Mac, people on Linux, people on GOG, people on Epic Games, whatever, right? So crossplay for PCs is falling out. But overall, I'd say for the game, the general consensus is that it's fun gameplay, right? Especially if you play the first one, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into, right?
Yeah.
But the story's kind of like needing some things to be desired. That's what the general consensus is. So maybe if you're more of a gameplay person, you might enjoy this one a lot more. But if you just want the story, you might be better off playing something else. Not to say the story's bad. It just seems to be something that needs a little bit of help, I guess. What was your take on the Hostile? Since I played on PC, what about you on console? How has Dying Light been for you?
it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't a bad game. I mean, the story is like really good, so it's just very different from the first one, but it is a overall really good game.
Yeah, I know one of our friends, Short Timer HD, was playing it, and he beat the game within 40 hours. But he said he definitely pretty much enjoyed the game. But it's pretty much those comments as always see is the story definitely could have definitely had some work. But I'm assuming because of how long it's been in development held, it's probably kind of why. But I'll go ahead and start moving on to Destiny 2 Witch Queen. So I'm not trying to give really any spoilers or anything, but this is probably Destiny's, aka Bungie's, best DLC yet for the Destiny series. Like I am talking, like this DLC has already been reported better than Taken King itself by a lot of Destiny influencers and everything. I mean, of course, we still got some problems. Gambit on Destiny is still kind of if not worse right now, but a lot of aspects of the games definitely have improved, and I think Witch Queen definitely just brought back the old Taking Key nostalgia back in and everything. But interesting story. If you're definitely a story person, this is definitely one to play. 100% gameplay and story wise, both. Um, but we also had another recent launch of Elden Ring. I have to say thanks XDG Dreams for gifting me the game and everything. I still haven't got to try it out though, but I do know a few people here has been playing it.
Yes, sir. And that'll be me. Especially, I feel like it's a new IP in a way. FromSoft has like their own hallmark, especially when it comes to games and stuff like that. But it's also set a new world inspired by GGRM. So some people went in there like saying, okay, what is this? What's this new combination? Dark Souls 3 ended. Bloodborne is in like a weird place where it's finished but not finished for some people. So what is this new world, right? And so far, the general consensus has been, yeah, this works, right? It's amazing. It's deep, it's open, it's like full of life and like ways that other games like Ubisoft's old like pattern just doesn't quite grasp, right? And, some people are saying that yes, this is the hardest one, mostly because like how the new aspect that they added, right? Open world, sort of like dungeon legacy system, and all those like extras. But at the same time, people are saying that yeah, this is also the type of game you can just get into if you're like a first time player of these series. So overall, my takeaway from this game is, uh, it's definitely fun. If you play Demon Souls, which definitely came out like not too long ago from like PS5. If you played that, or you played any of the other Fun Software games, I think you'll have a good time with it. I don't see why you wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, of course, people's mileage may vary on that, and we certainly have a lot of criticism for the game as well. Some issues with stuttering, graphical fidelity, but if they can get running on the Steam Deck, which just came out this month, then I think I don't think it'll be too much of an issue for much longer. At least that's my take on it, anyways.
Alrighty. Yeah, I still haven't got to try it, but I've been seeing definitely a lot of clips. Some of these bosses definitely look tough. Especially, I've been seeing lots of different dragon bosses though, for sure.
Oh yeah, the amount of dragons in this game is actually kind of crazy. I feel like there's a dragon like every other region.
Yeah, wasn't that game made by well, it wasn't made, it was, I think it was directed by George Martin. I believe so. So
Not directed, but he did help.
he
What's it called?
wrote,
Help,
I don't know.
he wrote like some bits of the lore.
Yeah, he loves dragons, so I mean if you watch Game of Thrones, I mean there's a shit ton of dragons.
Mm-hmm. And especially in the gameplay side of things, Dark Souls especially had like a whole shtick with dragons. But even in this game, you can kind of see the influence that dragons have. Is like, what's the right word? It's over the top in a way, I guess. Draconic powers and all that stuff. But it's also like tame in the same way. Like I don't want to get into too big spoilers, mostly because I know a lot of people in like the Souls like playing the game for the first time and like exploring, but you won't be dissatisfied by just the amount of dragons and depth that it has. It's probably the best way to go about it.
Plenty good reason for me to start playing that game. Dragons. That's good for me.
Yeah,
Exactly right.
yeah. Wait, so
You
here's
use put me on board. I'm gonna go do it right now.
Let's go.
so a weird question. Are you like allowed to have a like a dragon? Like, is that an option to like have a pet fucking dragon
Not
as a?
pet per se, not exactly, but this game does feature like a summoning system where you
Mm-hmm.
can summon like what do you call it, enemies as your companions, right? So, for
Yeah,
example, there's this one specific. They're called ashes, right? It's like ashes are your enemies or whatever. So far, I've noticed that there tends to be an ash for almost every type of enemy you fight. So maybe it's late game, but I wouldn't see why you couldn't summon a dragon, or at least a dragonoid.
that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dragon friends.
So, do you like storm castles in that game, or?
Firm in a way, yes. It's
Mm,
I guess the best way to say is you kind of have to like what's it called? Okay, so imagine Breath of the Wild, right? It's a bad comparison, but stick with me.
Hmm.
You know how Breath of the Wild, you kind of start off like in this area, the starting area, and then you just kind of like progressively explore more of the world.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same deal, except you start off in this like little dungeon, right? And after you exit the dungeon, you're basically allowed to explore anywhere on the map, so long as you don't die, right?
Yeah.
And I'd say that the checkpoint system is forgiving enough that it's really rewarding to go out of your way and like explore that castle over there, or explore this underground tunnel. And I really want to give spoilers, but I I just feel like it's better if you experience it for yourself. Uh, I know, especially in one case of mine, I was exploring this like random out of the side, place, just grinding my XP and stuff, just to level up my skills, only to find it across like this weird windmill thing, and then be transported into like this whole new section of the map that I just didn't know was there. And the game like hides these things throughout its world. It's like a very compact, not compact, sorry. It's very fleshed out in how like it induces its storytelling. Right? Because it's not like many of these games that kind of hold your hand and kind of teach, like, oh, this, and that, right? They give you like a 2 minute exposition, and everything else is laid down within like the items you collect, the things you find, the dialogue that people say. It's a lot more freedom, like base kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
I do have one more question. Where that is it is there like a specific like place where it's at? Is it like England or something?
It's called The Worlds Between, and so I guess technically no, but it is based kind of in that northern medieval European style.
Yeah.
Some people are even calling it the Skyrim of Dark Souls, which I just think is funny.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely recommend it. 95% on Metacritic. One of pretty much the highest rated games as of yet. But yeah, we'll see if it gets
Right.
further
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, definitely got all the good reviews, especially from a lot of companies. But I do know on Steam it was hitting that mixed. But kind of moving on though. So I remember back in early February, Infinity World saying a whole new generation of Call of Duty is coming soon. This was after the acquisition by Microsoft and everything, but apparently just for Microsoft and Activision been some issues. Apparently FTC is investigating to make sure it's still a fair market and everything. My personal opinion, I think after the hit Activision has been taking lately and everything, it's definitely going to be considered fair, most likely. But exclusivity and everything is probably going to be thrown out the window. But there's already plans basically suggesting that they were not going to do that with any Activision or Blizzard games anyway. But also moving on, Rockstar finally comes out and admits that GTA 6, or at least the next entry, that won't probably not be named GTA 6, is already under development, underway. But there is no deadline, so there's no telling how long. I mean, we've been waiting since 2013. It's about to hit 10 years since the last GTA has came out. It's crazy to think.
Yeah, I was just I mean I've been playing GTA since like the very first one, so I mean it was just a little weird to it was confusing to see like what map they would decide to choose upon. I mean, would we go back to Liberty City, go back to Los Santos, or just I don't know. So it'll be very good to see what's gonna happen in the future for that game.
Yeah. Also, this was a developer studio we haven't heard from in a very, very long time. Telltale Games. Telltale Games has finally announced the next entry to the series, The Wolf Among Us. We're going back to Fabletown. This month they showed a little stream about it and everything, but we are officially getting a Wolf Among Us 2. If you go on Twitter or Facebook, you can do hashtag The Wolf is back and see also their little stream with it and everything. And also moving down, Hold Fast Nations at War. Ray, would you ever get to play that with me and Sopa?
Not recently, no.
Okay. Well, instead of making this paid or a separate game, they added Hold Fast World War One front lines. So now you have World War scenarios and Hold Fast Nations at War. So now it supports both um, the first Great War and then Napoleonic Wars and everything. And the maps, I actually got to play a few maps and everything, really done detailed and everything, just like kind of like how Hold Fast done with Napoleon. You can kind of feel like you're there a little bit, but you always have the memes going on. Someone was playing Erica, which was a Warmac marching song back in 1940s and 30s, and we were winning as the Axis powers, and someone was playing that song out loud while charging. So, but moving on as well. What do y'all think about EA? Like EA as a whole blaming Halo for the failures that happened to Battlefield 2042.
I I think a lot of games, I mean, not just Battlefield, but a lot of games knew that they were going to be competing against Halo, especially with the first person shooters. So, I mean, to blame another company is kind of not Halo's fault. It's more of Battlefield's. I mean, EA's for choosing that to release it around the same time as Halo.
Yeah, Battlefield's definitely got a lot of room to pick up. So does Halo. Both communities, like even on Steam charts and like activities, like dwindling. Like I'm talking that a lot of people I saw playing Halo 5s at the late days before Halo Infinite came out. They don't even play Halo Infinite anymore. They just went back to Halo 5. And then the
Yeah.
Twitch viewers, even for Halo and Battlefield, and even Call of Duty, everything's starting to dwindle now. So it's like this generation for Halo, Battlefield, and COD has definitely not been very well.
Well, I mean, Call of Duty really hasn't been the same since, well, for a while actually. I mean, Cold War was a pretty decent game, but it was just it was time for them to move on with the yearly releases. I think that's gonna save the whole company as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I remember you posting this tweet about Call of Duty being delayed until 2024. I don't think that'll involve this year's, but because it's Infinity Ward don't really release too much big broken messes. But I do feel like the next year will definitely, when Microsoft does for sure take over, they'll have them not release anything probably for a good minute.
No, that's it's something that Call of Duty needed to get into for a while. I mean, they've been. I mean, it's kind of like an uphill and downhill type thing for Call of Duty. One year, I mean, like Cold War, like I said, it wasn't a bad game. It's just like Black Ops 4 was just really bad. So I think it was time for them to slow down. They were releasing a game literally every single year, so you're grinding and grinding and grinding. Then the new Call of Duty comes out, and then all your stats just go down the drain. Because I remember when Vanguard came out, all my stats for Cold War literally all got deleted. I'm not even prestigious like 8 anymore. I was pretty upset about that.
Yeah, yeah. I know it's definitely been a good month, but it's like we went over the past few episodes. It's definitely been a crushing defeat for some developers out there. I mean, another thing for EA as well, Knockout City, the developers are talking about making the game free to play and breaking off from EA entirely. So like a bunch of these big brands and everything when it comes to like game development and stuff are definitely taking a hit. I think the only one so far really not is Ubisoft, but Ubisoft has kind of on a social aspect kind of started deteriorating because they're starting to support NFTs.
Yeah,
But
I'm actually really excited because talking about Ubisoft, the new Assassin's Creed Valhalla DLC is coming out March 10th. I think it's the Ragnarok, the Dawn of Ragnarok. is gonna get into the story of Odin and all that. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, they still. That's a good thing I've been noticing about Assassin's Creed. They still release DLC that goes on for a while. But oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of good things. I've definitely been enjoying Destiny. Ray Blast, I finally did get to beat my first ever Total War campaign as the House of Julia in Rome.
Oh, let's go.
Yep, I finally got to beat that. Probably gonna work on. So when it comes to projects and reload, we start kind of planning as we kind of already kind of said. Not too much, but I do like to let Matt speak on her graphical design involvement within reload.
In terms of things that I'm working on with R.E.S right now is where I'm currently working on getting a new color splash made for um, all of the advertisements and the logo, and we're going to be getting those redone and recreated as well. So I'm pretty hyped and excited to get that work done and set for you guys.
Heck yeah, yep, I'm ready to. Ray Blast's been hyping it up to me all this time, so I'm just pretty much ready to see it soon. I know what you did with TSP Thunderdome was definitely a really good job too. So
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm getting those ideas turning. Hopefully, I'll get them produced out and get them set here soon. So,
alrighty, alright, y'all guys got anything y'all want to talk about Ray or Hostile?
No, I don't have anything to say.
I guess the only thing I can say is, I'm really curious how, the development companies will react to all these big names coming out, right? Because things like, Dying Light, Horizon, Elden Ring, those are big titles, right? There's nothing to sneeze at. And we're supposed to get, what, the new Pokemon game later 2022?
Oh yes, I don't want to forget about that. What is it? I can't remember the other name, but one of them is Scarlet,
Yeah,
and
Scarlet and Violet.
they already
I think
announced the
it's Scarlet and Violet,
yeah,
maybe. I don't
yeah,
Yeah.
remember.
it's Violet, yeah. And the thing is, they already showed 3 starters. I actually like these starters. I'm not gonna lie. I think the only one that's weird is the fire type one, but it's about time they finally get fire type a goofy looking one. To be fair, I still haven't got to play Legends of Acarius, by the way, but that's because I don't have it. But I'll be working on
Playing
that.
it right now, it is so good. You should get it. It's really good.
For real, yeah.
But
100%.
I probably definitely will here soon. Other projects and everything, we're still in the planning phase. We'll probably will this year, maybe, but maybe debate at the end and everything. Trying to get some concepts done and everything, and start working on story layouts and stuff like that for our 3 projects. And then as we're doing this too, we'll possibly be working on a side project, possibly like something like a VPS service or something like that, and potentially work on the website. But that's just something we have to find out and see as most of us are busy with college, learning the capabilities and everything too. So, but if that's everything everybody has, y'all don't want to leave out any quotes or anything. Mads, Ray, Hostile.
No, I don't have any.
No, I think we could cover most of it, yeah.
Inspirational
Yeah,
quote or
I mean, I don't
anything?
have anything.
No, not wow. No inspiration.
And
Do
yeah,
you, uh,
yeah, don't give up.
What was that, Hostile? You broke up.
I said don't give up.
Much inspiration. Alrighty, I'll go ahead and conclude it. Everybody, I appreciate coming and listening to the episode.
All right.